DA Fani Willis just got served and she's pissed. Critics of Willis says that Fulton County is just a mess right now, especially when it comes to their justice system. Much like how DA Alvin Bragg is running New York, Willis on her end also seems to think that some felonies deserve to be downgraded to misdemeanors. What's really shocking about this lawsuit is that it's coming from a state lawmaker, which really begs the question, if lawmakers can't get justice in Fulton County, then who can? But here's the thing, guys. Some analysts are questioning the timing of this lawsuit. Is it because of how Willis has been trying to get Trump in Georgia with this Georgia election interference case? The clock is ticking on Georgia's Court of Appeals regarding the possible disqualification of Fani Willis from this case. And it looks like the people are in favor of this since thousands of signatures have already been collected for this very reason. They want Fani Willis dismissed, disqualified. And it's very likely that a majority of critics want Willis to join her former top prosecutor, Nathan Wade, on the sidelines. But what's going on with this lawsuit, and should Fani Willis be worried? Well, check this out.
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis now being sued by a state lawmaker. Republican Representative Misha Maynor says Willis, among others, didn't do enough to prosecute Maynor's stalker and even work to help him get less jail time. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is live outside of the Capitol for us tonight, live at 5. And Doug, Maynor's case has been going on for more than 6 years. Why file a lawsuit right now?
Right, Tori. We asked her that exact question when she gave us a couple minutes here at the Capitol today, and she said she tried to do everything that she could behind the scenes to handle these problems, and even got some stalking legislation passed here this session, but got no help from the DA, so she filed a lawsuit seeking some accountability. Maynor was stalked in 2019 by a former staffer who was working on her state house campaign at the time. She was granted a restraining order after his behavior became, quote, unruly and belligerent, according to the lawsuit. But Maynor is accusing District Attorney Fani Willis and Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington, who is also her stalker's defense attorney, of working together to craft a plea deal and downgrade her stalker's charges from a felony to a misdemeanor without telling Maynor. He ended up serving no additional jail time, and Maynor said filing a lawsuit became her only option.
Now, before we really get into this, guys, all I ask is that you take 1 second, hit the like button for the video. And I want to thank you guys so much for always subscribing to the channel and making sure your notification bells turn on. You guys are amazing. All right, so Fani Willis's office already had a response ready for Maynor. In a statement, her office said that Representative Maynor's allegations are baseless. We have not been served with the lawsuit. If we are confident it will be dismissed. In this statement itself, they admit that they have not been served with a lawsuit. They haven't seen it, but they are confident and even said that the allegations are baseless. Now, how are they so sure that the allegations are baseless if they haven't seen anything yet? They're also saying that it's going to be dismissed as if it's a sure thing. The same message came from Commissioner Arrington, who said that the lawsuit was a baseless waste of time and resource. The problem is that it came out that Arrington and Fani Willis actually had conversations about this stalker. And remember, Commissioner Arrington was the defense attorney for the stalker? Some critics called it out as being inappropriate. And the same can be said for the DA and Commissioner discussing all of this behind Maynor's back, which led to Maynor concluding that Willis was in the pocket of Commissioner Arrington. Now, what's really worrying is that Maynor felt as if Willis wasn't fighting for her. Now, again, this is a state lawmaker. If she won't fight for someone who's in office, then what is she going to do for the residents of Fulton County? This also isn't the issue here. Maynor also talked about the situation with inmates at the Fulton County jail system. It's important to note that since late last year, overcrowding in the Fulton County jail was already an issue. In fact, 10 inmates died last year as the court system in Fulton County is still trying to catch up on criminal prosecutions. But Willis somehow has all the time in the world for vacations and charging a former president, right? This isn't to say that some of these people aren't criminals, but it sure shows that Willis doesn't care about doing her job, which shows us that there is indeed some corruption going on there, as Fulton County doesn't seem to be treating these prisoners humanely. It also has others calling out the county government for corruption. I should also remind you guys that Maynor used to be a Democrat, but left the party last year due to her support for school vouchers and disciplining prosecutors. She also encouraged others who feel as if they've been victimized by the system to contact her office. She says that victims should never feel as if they have to blame themselves for the things that they cannot control. But what did this stalker do to Maynor? Well, after he was terminated from her team, he would show up to her home unannounced and uninvited. He would leave voicemails and even join her church to supposedly see the representative. Some really distressing actions that prompted this lawsuit to be filed, as Fani Willis and her office doesn't seem to care too much about people. However, she does seem to care about your taxes. Senator Bill Cowsert, he was among the officials who heard testimony about how Fani Willis uses their budget. Now, as far as we know, Fulton County has access to around $36.6 million of taxpayer money. He questioned Fulton County Commissioner Rob Pitts and Fulton County Chief Financial Officer Sharon Whitmore about how the DA's office receives and spends its funds. They testified that Fani Willis has broad discretion over this money, which includes whether to hire a special prosecutor and how much they should be paid. I guess it now makes sense as to why Nathan Wade made almost $1 million through just one case. Cowsert likened the situation to the Wild Wild West, with very little control being implemented on taxpayer money. Cowsert then said that these finance officers, they don't know how much is being spent on financial services. They have no clue as to who's being hired and how much they're being paid per hour. But yet, they have to provide $36.6 million a year for funding with no oversight or control. Fulton County Chief Financial Officer Sharon Whitmore agreed and said that the Board of Commissioners had no oversight over the district money. Now, to make matters even worse, DA Fani Willis doesn't even need to get any pre-approval for hiring an independent special counsel to assist her. She also isn't compelled to report how the money was spent or who was hired and how much they were paid, opening up a very huge opportunity for corruption in Fulton County, because it's clear that no one's keeping the DA in check. This means that she can freely use taxpayer money as she wants.
A third hearing has now wrapped up for a special state Senate committee investigating Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis.
It relates to potential conflicts of interest and allegations of the misuse of public funds. 11 Live's Brittany Klein-Peter has been there for us all throughout the day, watching this as it unfolded. Brittany, what's the point of actually this hearing going on?
Good evening to both of you. So the meeting, according to the Republican-led committee, is meant to inform lawmakers to pass new laws or amend current laws to, in their words, restore faith in the criminal justice system. During today's testimony, we heard from 3 witnesses, including the Fulton County attorney, the Fulton County CFO, and Chairman Rob Pitts. Senate panel convened for the 3rd time today as they continue to investigate Fulton County DA Fani Willis's hiring of Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade and alleged misuse of public funds related to the hiring. Among those who testified today were Fulton County Commissioner Chair Rob Pitts and Fulton County CFO Sharon Whitmore. The panel questioned the pair about whether they signed off on Willis's hiring of Wade, among other questions over allocations of public funds. Legally, the DA wasn't required to seek approval. Chairman Pitts spoke with us briefly after leaving the hearing, saying he would support a law change.
Do I believe that we have proper oversight over county constitutional officers and state constitutional officers? I, as Chair Rob Pitts, I do not. There are times when we just disagree with what's on the books, and that's the position that I find myself in.
The panel's chair says they do have plans to subpoena Willis if she does not come voluntarily.
And remember, a whistleblower tried to warn her about the plan to misuse federal funds. Now, instead of backing up this individual who only wanted to help people and give people what they deserve, she was instead fired from her job. Now, with all that being said, do any of you believe that corruption runs deep inside of Fulton County and the DA's office? I'm gonna let y'all be the judge of that. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'll make sure to keep giving you guys the facts to keep you informed on what's really going on out here. Before I go, I wanna thank y'all for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.